At 18 months of age, Becky had just entered early intervention, and I decided I needed to get some help because I was really struggling with the fact that we may have long-term complications ahead of us with our daughter. So I ended up going to see a doctor, get some medication. I ended up talking to a social worker. I was the one that actually reached out to get help, which isn't always the case. But I couldn't sleep at night. I didn't feel good. Something was really wrong. And I kept telling my husband, something's not right. I just feel very off and I can't figure this out. So thankfully I got help and I realized it was postpartum depression. It was also PTSD, which is so common in this community. And my advice to any parent is that the second you don't feel like something's right, go get help, go get it checked out, rule it out. Because the end result is whatever is going on with you will affect your baby. So if you think your baby should be the priority, you need to be that priority as well, because you actually directly affect your child's developmental milestones and everything else. So it's really important to get help and get help ongoing if you need it.
I think a lot of parents feel guilty about asking for help because they feel that they need to constantly be focusing on their baby, and they even feel selfish trying to explain to someone that they might need some help. And I think that's something that needs to really be addressed with parents. It's okay to ask for help because you can't really care for your baby the way that your baby needs you to care for them if you're feeling upset and stressed all the time. And it really is a stigma that we should, hopefully remove. And it can be years later. It doesn't have to be within months. It could be a few years later when you finally have time to focus on yourself that you realize, what transpired and that you need to get help. So it's okay to ask later on also. So that's what happened to me after my daughter's first birthday, is when I really had some time to sit around and think about what happened.
Absolutely. I think it's incredibly important to really reduce the stigma of mental health in the NICU, that parents getting help is the best thing possible, along with everything else that they're doing to intervene with that child. They should intervene with that mother and get her some help. The dads too. I mean, that's the struggle, is many dads go undiagnosed and could be undiagnosed for many years as a result of that. So I'm hopeful that with more education we can get some help for these families and help these babies.
I agree.